All right, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining for today's recap session. So today we've had some action, and I've taken a few trades. Unfortunately, it's a red day, but let's just jump on the screen share and quickly run through these. A bit frustrated, to be honest. Yeah, really annoyed, but it is what it is. So I'm down $10.85. This last trade I took is going to really mess with my profit to loss ratio stats, which I'm actually more annoyed about than the actual P&L itself. QNRX, stock that really was behaving a lot similar to, I think it was GLTO from yesterday, I believe, if I remember correctly. It was gapping up, well, it was surging up, and the spreads were just wild. So I took a couple of trades on it. The first trade I took, I added in this area, which is 838. So around this 1 minute candle here. And as it was surging up, so I took a starter position of 5 shares. I mean, that I should have perhaps just kept onto that on hindsight, but then I added at 14.59 because I thought it will continue going up. But then it dropped back down on this same 1 minute candle, and I sort of got out at 14.42. So because I added up initially at 14.19 and then I added again at 14.59, that brought my average cost up, and I only made 3 or 4 cents on that. Then the second trade I took on it was at 842, which was around this area on this candle, and I got in at 1403, sold for a loss at 1401, but obviously the candle surged up to 1534, so that was quite frustrating. Just a momentary lapse in judgment. I glanced at this. I got distracted whilst I was trying to take a trade, and I, you're trying to keep things in your head. And I should have just, but I should have considered this 5 minute candle being red with a massive volume bar. But I stupidly took a trade at the resistance here at 1371, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't sell on the ask. The spreads were so crazy. I didn't want to sell on the bid, but as it was flushing down, I had to sell on the bid. So obviously the spreads got me there. So I got out, got in at 1371 and got out 1150. So $2.21 or so loss on that, which is the annoying bit because it's going to affect my profit to loss ratio, and of course this is rally. It's sort of sold off, then rallied back up, but you can't really trust it given the 5 minute setup candles we have here. So why did I take that trade? Frustration and lapse in judgment, and just loss of concentration, really. That yeah, just a small decision like that, and 5 shares, not even a big size, just 5 shares. So you can imagine, with 100 shares, that could have easily been $270, 1,000 shares, 2,700, and you can do the math. But yeah, so $10.85, biggest red day of the past week or so. Slightly annoying. I'm just more annoyed about my profit to loss ratio, really. It's going to skew that for sure. But overall, the accuracy wasn't that great anyway today. So 2 out of 3 were losers. So that will probably give me an accuracy of 33% or something. But it is what it is. And obviously my max loss is $10. It's not that I wanted it to get to $10. I was trying to get out. I don't know if I can show you the history. I don't think I can. Don't know how to do that. You'll see that I've tried to sell a number of times. Actually, let me see if I can show you bring up the history. Oh, I don't even know if yes, I can actually. So let me just show you the history very quickly. I mean, not that it might be useful, but just so you can see what I was trying to do. Bear with me one moment. Pictures, screenshot. Just trying to zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about here. Share my screen again. So as you can see, I got in at 1371 and so that was 1371 right at the bottom, you can see. Then I tried to sell at 1281. So by that point, I was already down almost $1. I couldn't. Then I had to cancel, sell again, then try to cancel, and then finally managed to get out at 1150, which was not ideal. I think it filled me slightly higher. You know, something to be happy about, 10 cents higher. So yeah, I tried to sell a number of times, but I couldn't get filled, so I had to keep canceling the order and putting it back in. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. We're just going to move on. But you know, it's part of the learning curve. At least I'm taking trades that are still within my strategy in terms of the stocks that I'm trading. Of course, the entry there was just bad entry. Just really like just dropping the ball, you know, and lack of concentration, being distracted between work and somebody walking into the room, you know, you could just really throw you off. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll come back tomorrow and try again. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure this month's stats will be much better than last month's stats. Of course, I'm going to be red on the month already because that's my biggest P&L swing for the month already. I'm not making, you know, last week I only made $1 something. So I need some momentum in order to be able to recuperate that loss. But of course, you know, still early in the month, but the focus is on the stats. And annoyingly, I'm just watching QNRX just make a move back up again here. Just frustrating. The spreads have tightened up a bit. But of course, it's we're coming up to 9:30 now. But there's clearly a resistance here at this level, 1440, and you know, yeah, it's just really bad. Anyway, no point dwelling on it. We'll call it a day there, and I hope you had a better day than me. I'll catch you all tomorrow.